In today's video, we're looking at the COUNTIFS function in Excel. COUNTIFS allows you to count only cells that match against multiple conditions at the same time. If you've already used COUNTIF, think of COUNTIFS as the version that can check 2, 3, or even more criteria in a single formula. As you can see on screen, the COUNTIFS formula is a simple one to build. Within the formula, you just tell Excel the cell range where the criteria exists, and then after a comma, you tell it what the criteria is that it needs to match. You then continue this pattern with commas until you've entered all the criteria you need. Let's look at the example. Let's say we want to know how many records are in the West region and belong to Sarah. In this cell, I'll continue the formula here and tell Excel that my first criteria is column A. So I'll specify A2 and then a colon to A9. Then after a comma, I can specify in double quotes that the criteria for this column is West. Then after another comma, I can put in column B as my next range, so B2 to B9, and then after another comma, I can specify Sarah in double quotes. Then close out the formula with a close paren. This formula is now ready to go, so when I hit enter, it'll tell me how many entries are in this list are specifically regarding Sarah's sales in the West region. Now let's change the formula so that it will count how many entries there are for laptops in the West region. So back in our formula, I can leave these first two sections alone, as they already reference our West criteria. But I'm going to change the second criteria range to be column C. And then I'll change this final criteria to be laptop. Now when I hit enter, you see the total change to reflect the new criteria. As in all other formulas in Excel, you can use cell references that point to your criteria instead of hard coding them into the formula itself. In this cell here, I'll type East, and then in this one, I'll add monitor. Now in our formula, where I currently have the criteria hard coded inside double quotes, I'm going to remove them and just reference the cells where I type the data. So West becomes A11, and laptops becomes C11. Now, our function is referencing the cells for its criteria, and you see it's updated its totals accordingly. Now it's easier to change the criteria without having to modify the formula each time. And that's it for the COUNTIFS function. Use it whenever you need to count records that meet multiple conditions. Thank you for watching, and if the content is useful to you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Excel tutorials.